Would you give a warm welcome for Kelly Wingham?
Hello. Test. Here we are. As she said, my name is Kelly, and I'm an entrepreneur. And they had the quietly crazy entrepreneur come last and then tell me that they're actually running ahead of schedule. So I don't know if that was permission to continue talking a little bit longer, but I know that I'm here to encourage somebody that needs to keep going, because this is not my jam. I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it for those of you that need to be encouraged. So I didn't always refer to myself as an entrepreneur until a few years ago. And then I realized I have this natural gift. I always had it. I just never really identified what it was, to recognize possibilities and to easily visualize the outcome. Didn't always know the parts in between. Those would follow. And I just recognized I was hardwired. It was like it was in my DNA. Thank you, Dad. So my path along the way was not traditional. My experiences were actually my unconventional education, my foundation, and preparation for where I stand today. Today I own Data Activation Center, and we are known as the leading provider for cellular data for users of precision agriculture in the United States. No, this is how I got there, though. That's my mom. I'm going to be 55. I call it level 55. So it's hard to put my experiences into 7 minutes. So I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to run a little bit over. Sorry, Alex. But at age 20, I started a line of children's clothing in Beaumont, Texas. And then a year or two later, I was living in the LA area and started picture pageants. And then a few years forward, I was in Bloomington, Indiana, and started a contract packaging company. And I'm not done. I've just started. But life changed. My marital status changed, and I became a single parent, the sole provider with no safety net. So I had to kind of change lanes and take a more stable career approach to provide. So I did, but I'm hardwired a certain way. I kept seeing possibilities, opportunities, and easily, my daughter who works for me now is over there videotaping me, and still recognizing, how to get it there. I also opened up a candle factory, Gourmet on the Go, a lunch delivery service. None of my businesses were ever remotely tied together. They were all separate, individual experiences. Am I speaking to somebody? But 10 years ago, when I was working over here in this path for a major wireless carrier here in the United States, I recognized an opportunity, an underserved market in the ag industry, and nobody was serving them. So I brought it to the carrier's attention, and actually nobody wanted to serve them. But I did, because I recognized the possibility, the opportunity, and I saw the outcome. And this time I was equipped, because of all my other experiences, to start and finish most of the way. So this year we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And but we almost didn't make it. So let's rewind 4 years, a little more than 4 years ago, November 2015. I'm sitting in my living room in Clearwater, and I have sticky notes all over my living room, Excel documents. I'm planning a new business model because the current business model was broke. We were 100% reliant on the wireless carriers to pay us a commission. That was our source of revenue. But year over year, our customers kept increasing. We were thriving. We were in manufacturers' users guides, and their tech support teams called us. They rolled us out to their dealer network in the United States. We were a very important piece of their process for the connectivity of their modems. But we weren't making any money. In fact, the carriers decided to stop paying us for our type of activity. But it wasn't just us, it was everyone across the United States that did this piece of activity. So while I'm in my living room figuring out this new business model, and I knew what it was, I needed a wholesale subscription model. That was the ticket. But I didn't qualify to get the wholesale agreement from the carrier because I wasn't inventorying equipment, nor did I want to, because why would I want to sell modems that competed directly with the manufacturers that were our boots on the ground? They were our sales force. They were sending all their customers to us. So I refused to do that. So I'm still stuck without a solution. The train's getting ready to wreck. I mean, I see it, it's happening. But there's still a little bit of time left. I can maybe stop it. In the meantime, I take a full-time job, hire a part-time person to answer phones and voicemails. Dad couldn't afford me, so I had to do that. When I wasn't working the full-time job, coming home and taking care of Dak, I was in my garage flipping furniture, buying, painting, restoring, selling, painting, restoring, selling over and over. And when that wasn't enough, I was in my closet digging through my old purses looking for change, preferably bills, or my junk drawer or my car. I mean, I was all in. So I'm taking you back to my living room where I was planning the new business model, and I get a phone call. And it's from a customer that I knew and I recognized, and he was a referring customer over the years. Hey, Cal, I'm calling to thank you for introducing me to these key players at Verizon. I had to say wireless carrier. And he had a new he had a new patented product, a new modem, and they helped him get it certified on their network. With that came this new structured an account with new rate plans. And he called me to just thank me for the introduction, but to also say, would you consider a one-off for me? Would you consider managing this piece of my business for me? I mean, I'm listening because it sounded like income to me, but we continued talking, and you guys, he had the very wholesale agreement that I needed to stop the train wreck. So, is my slide up there? You need to switch to my slide because there's a purpose. Within just 2 days, it was actually 2 days, he called me and said, I want in. He saw the opportunity because I laid everything out. I was very transparent, told him where we were, where we needed to be. He wanted in. I had never met this customer. I just talked to him over the years. We never shook hands. We'd never met face to face. But within 2 weeks, he deposited a large amount of money in my account. So, of course, my message is just keep going because you don't know where your solution, your answer is going to come from. But if that's not good enough for you, inspiring enough for you, right before he did that, he called me and said, Kelly, we need to have a conversation. There's something about me you don't know. So he began to share his faith and his values and his religion with me. I think Amish, if you want. And he said, because we're not of the same faith, I cannot enter into a legal binding contract with you. I'm doing this all on your word, that you'll pay me back in 2 years. He had never met me. So I paid him back in 2 years, and I paid him early. We did eventually meet. But had I not kept going, had I quit when the carriers decided to stop issuing me commission, a source of revenue, I think most people would have tapped out. I'm sure you guys probably would have hoped I tapped out, Mom and Dad. But I just kept going. And now, in closing, just 4 years after I was digging through my purses for change, yeah, we are growing year over year, 35%, so it's slow and steady. This year, we're expected to this year we are expected to close with $2 million in revenue just this year. That's strong. We're able to offer 7 employees employer-sponsored insurance on day one, a matching 401k, and we are a female-owned and operated business. Hold it. In a male-dominated tech space. So I don't know who you are, but I hope you're encouraged to just keep going. Thank you very much.